Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
The 1980s were filled with some iconic celebrity weddings, and in turn, equally memorable wedding dresses. From Princess Diana's epic 25-foot train to Julia Louis-Dreyfus' own Princess Di-inspired wedding day look, the 80s were all about puffy sleeves, lots of lace and big hair. Read on to see photos from Christie Brinkley and Billy Joel's New York Harbor nautical celebration to Jon Bon Jovi and Dorothea Bon Jovi's Las Vegas elopement and beyond. In front of more than 3,000 guests, Princess Diana and Prince Charles walked down the aisle on July 29, 1981, in what was dubbed the wedding of the century. In addition to the guests who joined them at St. Paul's Cathedral, a record-breaking 750 million people tuned in to watch in 74 countries around the world. For the big day, Diana wore an ivory gown designed by Elizabeth and David Emanuel that was created over the course of 3 months and featured a 25-foot-long train, puffy sleeves, a ruffled neckline and lace trim. After first meeting in 1981 on the set of Bosom Buddies, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson tied the knot in April of 1988. For the occasion, Wilson wore an above-the-knee dress, which she paired with a tulle veil. When it was time for Julia Louis-Dreyfus to marry Brad Hall in 1987, she was inspired by another very famous 80s bride. I got married in 1987 and my wedding dress was very Lady Di inspired. I wasn't a big Lady Di person or anything, but her wedding dress kicked ass, the Seinfeld star explained on an episode of her Wiser Than Me podcast. It had a room with a view vibe, and I was just so crazy about that movie. Lady Di's dress had these poofy sleeves with 2 layers of lace that came off the cuff, she continued. And I totally stole that from my dress, which was a sort of study of everything awful in the 80s. Well, I mean, that's not fair. It was fine, but it was so 80s. For Diana Ross' 1986 wedding to Arne Ness Jr., in Switzerland, the Supremes frontwoman wore a silky dress layered with lace sleeves and a matching cape. The two were married until 2000. Christie Brinkley and Billy Joel wed on a boat in New York Harbor in 1985 in front of about 150 guests. Though Brinkley maintained they chose to have a nautical nuptial because of their mutual love affair with the ocean, Joel was probably closer to the truth when he said, "The reason we're going on the boat is to get away from the press." Our channel reported in an April 1985 cover story from the couple's first ever joint interview. The bride wore a Norma Kamali white satin gown featuring ivory lace and gold tulle for the festivities. The two were married until 1994. Samuel L. Jackson and LaTanya Richardson both opted for all white on their 1980 wedding day. To celebrate the pair's 43rd anniversary in 2023, Jackson took to Instagram to share a tribute to his longtime love. "Happy anniversary," he wrote over a photo of the couple, adding that 43 years happened in the blink of an eye. He later added over a video of the two dancing, "I think we can make 43 more. Love everlasting." The hair. The fringe. After first meeting at Sayreville War Memorial High School in New Jersey in 1980, Jon Bon Jovi and Dorothea Bon Jovi eloped in 1989 in Las Vegas. "We had the #1 album, the #1 single, and we were playing 3 nights at the Forum in LA, the Bon Jovi frontman told Men's Health in 2010. "I turned to Dorothea and said, I got an idea. Why don't we go right now?" She said, "You're out of your mind." I said, "Come on. What's better than this, right now, this moment?" And so we ran off to Las Vegas. Didn't tell a soul. Before the two appeared in the Harry Potter films, Emma Thompson and Kenneth Branagh were married in 1989 in London. Instead of opting for a traditional white gown, Thompson sported a colorful look that featured a matching headpiece. The two divorced in 1996. In 1988, hockey legend Wayne Gretzky married actress and model Janet Jones in Edmonton, in what CBC called a wedding of royal proportions, as thousands of onlookers gathered on the big day to try and sneak a peek at the couple. The bride's high-volume gown was paired with a tulle-embellished headpiece and equally bountiful blooms. As was the trend of the decade, rocker Eddie Van Halen sported an all-white ensemble for his 1981 wedding to Valerie Bertinelli. The actress' look was also very of the time as at Faye.